So, when you think of high-performance Japanese cars, I imagine a lot come to mind. You know, NSX, Silvias, the lot. But out of all of them, there's one that really kind of captured the imagination of pop culture, media, car journalists, and that is the Nissan Skyline. Now, when you think of the Nissan Skyline, you probably think of the R34, you know, most famous of the bunch. And then, you know, it's kind of siblings, the 32 and R33. But there's one of them that I know nothing about and really kind of kick-started everything. So today we're going to meet my friend Matt and see what the fuss is about, because he has a very special car. Anyway, I'm Mike, thank you for tuning in. You're watching Candy Showroom. Welcome back to the program, and let's go meet Matt. So, this is Matt. Hello Matt, we've met before, but lovely to meet you on camera. Tell me about a bit about yourself. So you're called Matt. How old are you, and how the hell did you end up with this thing?
I am 19. This is my DR30 Skyline, and I won it on an auction about 2 months
No,
ago.
you didn't. How old is it?
It's 1981.
Okay.
Yeah.
1981 DR Skyline. Was it a DR30, right?
Yeah, DR30.
Yeah, I remember when you first showed this to me, called it a Dr. 30.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a good nickname for it. So how the hell did you end up with it?
So I won it on an auction called Collecting Cars.
Yep.
And it's not really a car for collecting cars.
No, it isn't.
You sort of list your Porsche, your Lamborghini, your fucking supercar on there.
Yeah.
Not your old Skyline. So this sort of breezed past most of the people on the website.
I see. Yeah. So I think, what time did the auction shut there? It's like 8 o'clock on a Sunday or something.
No, so this is just an online auction.
Okay.
It's literally an app, and you can just bid. And yeah.
No, but their listings all end at the same time, don't they? I think.
About 7.
Well, so you know, it comes 7 o'clock. People are clocking in to see what's about to finish.
Yeah.
They're distracted by their Porsches and Lamborghinis, like you said, and then this thing's lingering about. So let's set the context a bit. This isn't your first Skyline, is it?
No. So I had a 32 GTST before this.
Yeah.
Which was a bit crazy and ended up in a lamppost.
It did. I've actually shot that car for Candy before. I'll chuck some photos of it here. If you've been around for a little while, you would have probably seen that car. Anyway, yeah, back to this. So you had the R32,
Yep.
bit of a crazy car, static, stance, wonky wheels, Workmeisters, the lot.
Ruined.
And you've ruined, well, you didn't ruin it, it got ruined, unfortunately. What happened?
Yeah, so I was just in third, going along. It was very damp outside.
Yeah.
I blame the weather, I blame the car completely, not my fault.
Not your fault. I respect
blame
that.
Josh Gresswell, actually, for setting it
Yeah,
up.
it's Josh Gresswell's
Right.
fault,
Yeah.
of course. And he set the car up, and unfortunately it was a bit shit outside weather-wise, and yeah, you span into a lamppost, right?
Mix of every condition.
Yeah.
Ended up in a lamppost.
I mean, you know, at some point everyone writes a car off in their life. I've written a car off.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad car to write off, though.
Yeah, that is an awful car to write off. But you know, when you go into a trough, you can only come out on a peak, and naturally, you decided that you missed the Skyline, and let's just
Skylines are the best cars ever.
get out of the roads. And yeah, you say Skyline's the best cars ever, right?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Okay. So, question for you then: what makes this one the best Skyline ever? What makes this the best car ever?
So this has, well, I'm not saying the engine's good, I'm saying
Okay.
it's unique.
Yeah.
So it's got an FJ20 ET, which is a 4-cylinder turbo.
Yep.
It's, okay, I'm no genius,
Go on.
but I believe it's Japan's first fuel-injected engine with 4 valves per cylinder.
Very
So it's a
exciting.
bit ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It's a very high-spec car for the 90s.
It is.
So it's got cruise control.
Well, you know what? Actually, before you list off,
Yeah.
we'll dive into it. I want to save the
yeah.
interior for its own little segment, but it's really worth stressing the significance of this car. I mean, if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't have had the R32, 33, 34 GTR, and as I mentioned in the intro, all iconic cars with huge followings. So this is ultimately like the great grandfather of the cars that we saw and loved in films like Fast and Furious and media, you know. R.I.P. Paul Walker, he obviously fucking had many of them. So, you know, this is it's a special thing. It isn't just your average Japanese 80s, is it 80s, 70s?
Yeah,
80s.
81.
It isn't just like your average car. This is a very significant, very special car. And yeah, you started to mention the interior. I'd like to have a little look inside, because
Just the spec list in general is pretty good.
the interior of this car is crazy.
Driver's side or passenger side?
Sorry?
Do you want driver's side or passenger side?
No, I'll come in through here and then you can tell me about the car.
Yeah.
So it's quick disclaimer. I've seen this car before, and I thought let's get him out on the channel because it's an amazing car, and I want to show it off to the world. So
Yeah, so it's got electric windows, including electric rear windows. Okay, they don't work.
They don't work, but
they will eventually.
someone you can fix. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got cruise control, which also doesn't work.
Look at these seats. There's lumbar support on buttons on the side of the seat.
Yeah, disclaimer, that doesn't work.
Doesn't work either. Okay. So it's high spec when it wants to be.
Yeah, it's just Nissan being creative at the time.
Yeah.
And just they were pretty crap with electrics, but
Gotcha. So it hasn't aged very well,
at
but
least they tried.
they tried. Yeah. I mean, look, we're going to cut the car some slack. At the end of the day, it's a 40-year-old car. You know, I don't think anybody expects it to be immaculate. And do we know how many there are of these in the UK?
So I believe there's 4 in the UK.
Okay, including this one.
Yes, including this one, but
Yeah.
that's me talking as in the model spec as well. So this is an RSX-Turbo, which is
Okay.
a GTR equivalent.
So was this the
DR30.
Was this the
This
hottest?
is the high spec, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a pretty. I mean, we've already mentioned it, but it's a bloody special car.
Yeah. So with
Fantastic.
being 4 in the country, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it. I'm not sure about colorways and how rare colorways are, but I know there's one other in grey and black two-tone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. This might be one of 2 in this colorway.
Fantastic.
Again, I'm not 100% sure.
Hey,
I haven't asked the whole country.
Of course.
It's just me.
I mean, you know, the ambiguity of it is kind of what makes it so much fun as well. But the fact that we don't really know the ins and outs goes to show alone the kind of special nature of this car. So, Matt, quick question for you: what is this badge on the bonnet?
This badge here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got polish on it. But this is the Skyline badge.
Skyline badge. Okay.
Yeah, I believe this is the Skyline badge for this car. I don't know if they use this on the R31 or anything else.
Okay.
But yeah, they went into
And it
so many
wears-
little details. So they've got it integrated in the headlights.
Oh wow! I'd even clock that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can see that on camera. Is it anywhere else?
I don't believe so.
On the headlights, on the
But
bonnet.
just, yeah, little badges all over. I mean, they in the 80s they obviously love their stickers, so they've got.
Of course. RS
Valve.
badges on the arches there.
Yeah.
4-valve, dual overhead cam RS-Turbo. Stickers on the
Don't zoom in
sides.
too much, you might see all the imperfections.
Oh, there's a Skyline badge on the steering wheel, of course. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, there is no Nissan badges on it anywhere.
No.
I wonder why. Is there a Nissan badge on the back?
No.
No, all it says is Skyline and dual overhead cam RSX. I assume this is obviously a Japanese import.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know when it came over?
Oh god, yeah, 2021.
2021. Oh, so it's a recent import.
Well, I believe it was in Dubai
Okay.
for a bit because I have Dubai paperwork.
Nice.
But yeah, they were originally made in Australia and Japan only.
Gotcha.
So you sort of have to import
Yeah.
them if you want one.
Do they rust?
It's a Nissan.
Okay, so
I can
yes.
answer that, but this one has only done 25k. So
Yeah.
25k miles, that is, not kilometers.
Holy shit. Man, it's such a low mileage car.
Yeah, so the chassis itself is absolutely flawless. Like,
Yeah.
it's cleaner than like a 2024 Cougar. It's brilliant.
Question for you then. So how long have you had it now?
About 2 months.
Okay, and why are these still on it?
Rolling
on the rotors.
I like them, but
Okay.
I have big plans for this.
Big
and-
plans.
Yeah, big plans. And it's going to look
Yeah.
absolutely awesome. But
Yeah.
the
Is it going to be going to Gresswells for that?
It's going to go ourselves.
Yeah, of
Of
course.
course. Who else will I use?
Yeah. Hey, when it's done, we'll revisit it because I want to.
Yeah,
I mean,
it will look like a completely different car. I'm going to keep the stock body.
Yeah.
But I'm obviously going to change the suspension, wheels, because I'm not keeping rotors. No offense to people who buy Rex.
I mean, look, this car deserves a proper set of wheels.
The way
I
it
think.
is now is how it came from Japan.
Yeah,
So
I see.
I've sort of kept it like it is now. It's got a little bit of its heritage.
Of course, yeah.
And it's got its history behind it, and yeah, they're just look, they don't look bad.
Hey,
They do for now.
I don't
That's
think
my
they
thought
look.
process behind
I
it.
don't think they look bad at all. It's just you know.
are wrecked, yeah.
And also, I know the car you've built in the past, so I have a vague idea of what this is going to end up like, and I know you're very capable of building a very good-looking car. So, what's the plan with this then?
So it needs an engine raise because the sump is very, very close to it.
Can we have a look at the engine?
Of course we can.
I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, so like I said, it's a 4-cylinder turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just pop it and you can have a look.
This is where I revealed to the internet I know nothing about engines. Oh, check out the Rolly. That's awesome.
So they decided to paint it red from factory.
Oh, it's like this from factory?
I believe so.
Okay, surely not all of it, right? All the bolts and the threads and stuff. Okay.
But I believe it was red at some point. Maybe it's all just been repainted.
Yeah. Are these temperamental, or do they have any like inherent issues?
What, the FJ?
And it was only used in this car, wasn't it? It's not.
Yeah,
It's,
so-
Nissan usually puts things all over the place.
So
Not this
single
time.
cam variant of this in a Nissan S12, but I mean,
Okay,
that's not
yeah,
a
yeah,
common
yeah.
car either, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really make that
True,
much
true,
of
true.
a difference. But these engines are known to be actually quite bulletproof, but obviously
Yes.
it's 42 years old. Things do go wrong.
Of course, of course.
But I mean, I've done a decent amount of mileage in it, like 2k.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's gone wrong is my alternator started snapping.
I'm guessing you simply just replaced it, and
Yeah,
I say
I just
simply.
got the alternator rebuilt.
Oh, you got it
but
rebuilt.
If,
Gotcha.
if I'm looking to replace parts,
Where's the
then-
alternator? Oh yeah, it's one
yeah,
of those
if I-
engine bays where things are hidden.
If I'm looking to replace parts, I don't really have much luck.
Yeah.
Because it's impossible to find
Of course.
anything.
I'm guessing you haven't had that issue just yet, have you? I mean, the alternator you got to rebuild because you could.
Yeah, I haven't had to buy anything for stupid money.
Yeah.
But I will. I know I will, and I'm expecting it. And
It's gonna happen
I knew that
eventually.
before I bought the car.
Exactly. It's part
It's gonna be the case.
of the fun, part of the parcel of this thing, isn't it?
And pay double the amount of whatever item I buy for
Yeah.
shipping. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm not too wound up about it.
Amazing.
To compare it.
So we're just kind of walking around the car off camera talking about it. I've noticed there's purple seat belts on the interior, and what did you say about them?
I just have no idea if that's factory or not.
Yeah, that's the thing with an older car with, well, it's I guess you could compare it to the bloody unicorn, right? That
Yeah,
nobody
a rare
really
unicorn.
knows. I mean, I'm sure there's nerds all around the internet that could
Yeah.
probably correct us,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it's not a common car. So if you're wanting to look for a nerd, there's not that many nerds to look.
I see,
for.
I see.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, it's sort of open to interpretation. Whatever's
yeah.
original,
And
maybe not.
let's step out the road before we get run over by a polo. I mean, we I think I asked you earlier and we got totally distracted. What's your plans with the car?
So yeah, it needs not. I'm not going to say custom work, but it needs a lot of parts from different cars shoved on it
Yeah.
and put together. So yeah, it needs an engine raise
Mm-hmm.
because my sump is really close to the ground. And then I need S13 hubs and knuckles on the front.
Yeah.
So I can put coilovers, because it's still on standard shocks at the moment, and it's very boaty.
That's we did go out in the car briefly, and it was a bit pogo sticky,
Yeah,
just a little bit.
But I've fixed the rear a little. It's got S13 coilovers at the rear with the DR30 top hats. So I've tried my best to sort of rectify the bounce at the moment.
Look at
But
the door
yeah, a
handle.
lot of parts from say S13s do sort of go on with a little bit of
Persuasion.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, persuasion and a little bit more custom work.
I like the Nismo floor mats as well. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
I'm guessing all of
they're
this.
from my 32 actually.
Oh, okay.
I just took them out and shoved them over because I paid a lot of money for them.
Of course, naturally. I mean, and you want to get your use out of them.
Yeah.
Are you going to get the R32 back on the road?
Yes.
Sweet. That's
I'm
good news because
I'm
I
gonna
really
say-
like that
I don't
car.
want to say soon because
Okay.
I sort of want to focus on this and get this done.
Naturally, yeah. And there's only so many Skylines a teenager can build at once.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure what my plan is with that yet. I'll leave that open
Yeah.
to interpretation for everyone.
One of the things you like about the car, though, you told me earlier, is the lights. They're perfectly round. I mean,
Yes.
there is design cues scattered all around this that did carry over to the Skylines that, you know, are a little bit more popular. The quad circle lights in the rear, it's daytime, obviously. We can't really show you what they look like now because the camera won't pick up very well, but they do glow round and it does look awesome as well.
That's how people know it's a Skyline because
Yeah.
from the front it looks like a, I don't know.
I'd say,
Aero.
mate,
So-
it's got hints of R32. I mean, the bonnet's open now, right? But
Yeah.
the square headlights, yeah, go on. The square headlights, the long bonnet, it kind of slopes down a bit. Obviously, the coupe shape of it, that's a very Skyline thing. Could you get these as a four-door?
Yes, you could, but not in this model.
Gotcha.
So the RSX-Turbo is only.
Only a coupe, yeah.
I mean, it's open to interpretation whether you like the coupe or four-door.
Again, yeah, we're not
It's
gonna
just sporty.
tell you which one's better, but like you said, I love a coupe shape. I think it's something super charming about a two-door, especially when you're a young guy who's just kind of breezing about with no real responsibilities in life, right? A two-door does make sense. I mean, I'd drive a four-door, but I do miss my old coupes. Yeah, this is amazing. I love the what's it called? The spoiler on the back of it as well.
This is off a Hakko Super Skyline, which is.
Don't know what that is.
I think it's 2 or 3 generations before this.
Okay.
It's just a very expensive spoiler.
I see. And I'm guessing it came with the car, right?
Yeah, it came with the car, which was a bit of a bonus, obviously, because it's worth
Yeah.
quite a lot of money. It just makes
Of course.
it a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. And I see you got a titanium. It looks like a titanium tip exhaust, right?
Yes, so I actually don't really know too much about what's been done and what's been modified
Gotcha.
on this. But it's pretty standard, apart from exhaust and wheels and sort of the rear suspension setup.
Yeah,
And the spoiler, obviously.
that makes sense. So I think you're kind of getting the gist of what the car is and what it does and what it's about.
A rare
It's
special old Skyline.
rare special old Skyline. I mean that's kind of the bare minimum for it. There's so much to it. But yeah, it's a mysterious import. We went through Dubai to get here. Do we know who brought it over and why, or was it a
No
company?
one special, no. I think it was just someone who lived in Dubai and just brought it over himself. I guess he did it through some sort of company, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it came from Japan originally.
Yeah, and it snaps necks as well. Every single,
especially in London.
yeah, everywhere you take it, people do look, and none of them have any idea what it is.
No,
Nobody.
no. Unless you visibly look at the back and you can sort of work out that
It's a
if you know what
Skyline,
a
yeah.
Nissan Skyline is, you can tell it's a Nissan
course.
Skyline from the back.
I see some of the stickers here showing their age. Do you reckon you're going to get that redone, or are you going to leave it as it is?
It's not something that like really worries me at the moment. Again,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that I'd rather do before that.
But
I'm giving it a polish, so
it does look very
a bit
nice.
better.
But mechanically wise, you trust it. You drive it a lot. I've noticed on your social media. You take it everywhere.
Yeah, I drive it a lot, and I don't drive it too nicely.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
it's a Skyline, man.
trust is a bit of an issue because I don't really trust it. I just enjoy it.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, but you know that's all that matters, right? At the end of the day, if you're having fun, and let's just clarify as well, it's not Matt's only car. You do have a daily, don't you?
Yes.
It's got free. You got a free 355i manual touring. Amazing. So yeah,
Not a good daily.
good,
but
not a
it's-
good daily, but good taste in cars. That is definitely a car, especially it's mildly interesting to put it lightly.
Yes.
So as special cars go, this one, in my opinion, is pretty damn up there with some of the kind of rarest Japanese metal I've ever taken pictures of. I think we've covered everything we wanted to cover in this brief video. It's more of an intro to what the car is and how
pretty
you ended
much.
up getting it.
Yeah,
Because
obviously not a lot of people know what it is.
exactly.
Yeah.
And once you do end up building it up, which is going to happen probably before the end of the year, we can revisit it, take some proper photos of it, take it for a spin around London, and just generally get some moving footage of it. But yeah, so for now, I think I'm going to wrap the video up. Thank you for watching, as always. You can check out the other videos that I make. They'll be on the screen somewhere for you. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled, because this is not the last time you'll see the Dr. 30 on the channel. It'll be back, and it'll probably look a little bit different. So yeah, thank you, Matt.
That's all right.
And until next time, thank you viewers for watching. See you soon. Yeah.